Howdy ho, weirdlings. Sk8's back, as is your girl Death. The quarantine's been going on for about 2 months now. I've officially taught myself the semi-useful skill of French braiding. And our skate parks are opening back up with a few social distancing measures still in place, but woohoo! Come on, summer, we're ready for you, and we can't wait to start shredding the parks again with our friends. We've obviously got another episode here for you with a Durham Region roller derby skater who's got the second longest dirt career next to Bootsy, and she's always ready to slay karaoke with us any damn day. I'm gonna stop talking so you can learn more about her right here on this episode of Sk8.
Yes! Oh my god!
Look at that! Full airplane on. Here we go. Full airplane!
I don't know her, but she makes me feel like a roller skater. If I had a chance to own, I'd be a road that never ends. Chinese every no damn waiting. I'd be with you roller skating. If I had a chance to own, I'd be a road that never ends.
So I'm all set up, I'm ready to record, but Rebecca doesn't like video, so I'm gonna wake Spinhelli up. Ooh. Make sure she slows up to the party. Hello. I'm Spinhelli, number 101. My friend Death has been doing a really awesome thing with Sk8 and asked me to tell you a little bit about myself, my journey with quad skating for one of her episodes. So I'm super excited to do that. I'll try my best not to ramble or go off on tangents. It is my favorite thing to talk about. My real name is Rebecca. My friends call me Beck. My derby friends call me Spin. These days, a lot of people in my regular life also call me Spin or Spinhelli. I am 37 years old. I have been skating now for about 5 years. I started in maybe like the winter of 2014. Passed minimum skills January of 2015 with Durham Region roller derby. I'm currently on a leave of absence. The last team that I played for was the Motor City Madams. I am now the co-coach of the Dirty Farmers, our entry-level roller derby team, or at least I'm co-coach as much as I can be during a pandemic with no practices. Other than that, I am co-head of fundraising for Durham Region Roller Derby, so I'm pretty involved with the league and with roller skating in general. I never really skated prior to signing up for the Fresh Meat program. I had been on roller skates like maybe 4 times in my life, so I'm not ashamed to say that I was brought to the world of roller derby by the movie Whip It. I'm one of the Whip It generation. I am a huge fan of Drew Barrymore. I have been since she was in Mad Love back in the day, so aging myself a little bit. So I had heard at the very beginning that she was going to be doing her directorial debut. So right away I knew whatever it was, I was going to watch it. And she released Whip It, and I saw it opening day, and it was just amazing. Like, mind blown. She did a great job. It was well acted, but like the idea of the sport of roller derby was just like phenomenal. This world where you threw on your alter ego and let them kind of handle the show, and like this was a thing that was still happening somewhere, and how can I learn more about it? I didn't really know about like real life roller derby nearby. and I kind of like went on with life sort of stuff, but I kept talking about it. On occasion, I'd be like, we should find out about roller derby, or I wonder if there's roller derby nearby. And then one day, my best friend Stacy introduced me to Amanda. I now know her as Psychomagnet. And then she was like, oh my God, I forgot to tell you. She does roller derby. And I was like, Skirks! Whoa. Sorry, she does what now? And she's like, yeah, she plays roller derby. She's done it for a while and in Oshawa. I live in Whitby, so it's like right next door. And I was like, oh my God, how could you have not told me this sooner? Like, I actually really want to find out all the details. So she sent me the information about the next Fresh Meat program, and I looked into it. The cost for the program was manageable. It was 10 to 12 weeks long. They taught you how to skate, they taught you how to do everything, and at the end, you had to pass the minimum skills, and then you would be cleared for contact, and you could join their entry-level roller derby team. After looking into it, I realized that as super stoked as I was to do it, I needed gear. Gear was a little daunting at first. Roller derby's not a cheap hobby. You have to invest in the initial, but then there's upkeep, and you learn that different wheels do different things. Different skates feel different and do different things for you. So I didn't join the very next Fresh Meat program. I saved my penny, so to speak, and I signed up for the one after that. I went for their orientation. I paid the sign-up fee. They had a vendor there. I tried on skates, I tried on gear. I left with the entire package because I knew I was on a mission. So I took that Fresh Meat package home, and the next day put on everything, and I went outside and started skating around in front of the house. My boyfriend was sitting on the porch, and I just remember looking up at him, and he had this like horror just painted on his face. He says, I thought you could skate. No, I don't know how to skate yet. They're gonna teach me. They'll show me everything. Don't worry about it. And he was like, this is a contact sport you signed up for? He was definitely like terrified. I was so horrible on skates the first time I put it on. I was not one of those like born natural, came out of the womb with 8 wheels kind of people. So my first time really skating was through the Fresh Meat program. But the cool thing about that, they really do teach you everything that you need to know, which definitely made me feel much better as like someone who's brand new to this. That's how I started skating. That was my first real experience on skates. The Fresh Meat program was definitely challenging for me, but I'm thankful that I made a commitment, A, for the like length of time and the duration of the Fresh Meat camp, but also financially. The camp and all of the equipment was a bit of an investment, so it was definitely reason for me to not quit. I think really up until Derby, I was the kind of person that if it doesn't come easily, then I just kind of like give up and walk away. Like, oh, it's obviously not for me. Too much effort. But with the program, I had X amount of weeks that, you know, I had to show up and try every week. And every week I had to try and be better than I was the week before, or really it was all a waste. It was all for nothing. And so the few times that I was like, oh my God, this is so hard, like this isn't for me, I had to be like, well, fix it. Get over it. Oh, you can't do a T-stop. Well, ask 5 other people how they do it and figure it out. Thankfully, like that's one of the most impactful things that roller derby has done for me, is it's definitely taught me that I can figure it out. Like, instead of just being like, oh, this isn't easy. Well, but it's fun and it's worth it, so figure it out. Oh yeah. Hi. For what? So my first on-skate goal was really just to not get hurt, and to finish the fresh meat program, because it can be really discouraging when you see other people that are naturals on skates learning the same things that you're learning, but they can nail it like the first couple times, and you really have to put a lot of work into it. So making it to the end, just getting cleared for contact, getting the laps that I needed to get, putting whatever work in that I needed to get there. And then once I was cleared for contact, my next on-skate goal was to stop being launched every time I was hit. Because especially when you're new and not really an athlete, it's very hard to have people that seemingly know what they're doing hit you and absorb it. And so that was my next on-skate goal, was to just be able to take it a little better, or avoid or give back hits. A, for safety, B, for speed. If I'm being launched halfway across the track, I can't do it. So yeah, those were my first on-skate goals. My current on-skate goal is to get back officially on skates. I tore my left ACL August 13th of 2019. It wasn't apparent that it was a complete tear right away, so I tried my best to fix it with physiotherapy and met with surgeons and discovered that I had to have an ACL reconstruction surgery. You're never forced to have a surgery, so if I didn't want to go through all that, I didn't have to, but I would have been relying on a brace for probably the rest of my life. Out of the question. I love skating, and I could eventually get to a point that I could do that with a brace, but I would be limited. My two most favorite things in the world are skating and dancing, and those things really require you to have functioning knees. So I went through with the surgery January 2nd, 2020. I'm now 5 months post-op almost. I'm in the middle of extensively rehabbing my knee. That's been a really tough road. Honestly, no one ever tears their ACL on purpose, but 0 out of 10 do not recommend. Going forward, I'm going to definitely stick to the motto that prehab is better than rehab. So I'm going to try my hardest when getting back on skates to make sure that I'm putting the work in off skates to keep myself safe and injury-free. So yeah, currently my main goal is just to get back to where I was this time last year. At first, when it happened and I found out that I needed surgery, I was really upset, and I said to my husband, is this it? Am I gonna skate again? And he was like, athletes recover from this all the time. You'll be back on skates in no time. You just have to put the work in. And he's right. There's nothing that would get me, I think, through this recovery better than the thought of my skates and roller derby waiting for me at the end of the journey.
Damn, Ethan! You made him leave!
Damn, bro.
As far as my current goals, my next goals are just to be officially cleared for contact by my surgeon and my physiotherapist. That's still a while out. I've got a lot more hard work ahead of me. My knee isn't the same, so even when it is able to perform, I have to show it how to do it all over again. There's so much stuff about the world of quad skating that I was just starting to tap into So I definitely want to get back to skating park and trying bowls and rails. Last summer was the first time that I really did stuff like that. I found that was super fun, and I'd love to learn how to do all that stuff again. I definitely need to overcome a bit of fear. I am afraid to land on it because it'll hurt. It might not damage anything, but I can tell you it's gonna hurt. The thing with quad skating, whether it be in bowls or on a derby track, is you can't be afraid. And getting back on skates with my friends, I miss that. Yeah, right now, COVID, but I miss my teammates. I miss going to the skate park. It'll be nice to be able to return to that post-plague and post-knee rehab. Future goals is to play a full season where I feel like I gave it my all and I learned the whole time, and it was challenging, but I still did things. That's one of the best things about roller skating, is absolutely every time you put your skates on, you take them off a better skater. And meeting more people in the roller derby community, the people are amazing and so welcoming. Well, it is my biggest motivator for sure. It is my emotional outlet, the best way to release my frustration at the end of a rough day, whether it be on the track or on the street or even just at the bottom of my driveway back and forth until, the heart's going and I'm breathing heavy and sweat it out. Skating has really been awesome in that it's forced me to see that I can be an athlete. I never thought of myself as an athlete. One of the first things I ever heard about roller derby was that it's like playing speed chess while bricks are being thrown at you. And I thought that was hilarious, but it's a very good idea of what it actually feels like, especially the first, season that you're out there playing. I love that it's forced me to become overall healthier and more accountable, and it going forward for the rest of my life. It's always going to be something I love to do. I'll always have a pair of skates. So it's definitely like a huge part of my life, and I can't imagine it ever not being that way. I used to go and roller skate at Coach Light when they were still open on Tuesdays and Thursdays with the seniors in the morning, and it was amazing. And I want to be the 70-year-old lady grooving it at the roller disco with the kids when I'm older. Roller discos better be a thing still. My heart has definite pieces set aside for certain people and certain things, and it's shaped like a roller skate. It's not even that roller skating is in there. It's my heart. It's a roller skate full of people and things that I love. So yeah, it'll definitely be something I do for a really long time.
Ain't that the truth? We all can't wait to get back to our recently opened skate park so we can brush off the rust and get back to where we were at last year. Hoping for continued positive rehab for Spinhelli so we can see her at the park getting her mojo back. We'll have another episode for you in the near future, but for the time being, I'm calling another break. I'm officially on a weird, can't work, finish school vacation, and while it's sunny, I plan to soak up all the me time I possibly can, doing whatever I feel like. Episode 6 will be branching out from Durham region to a Toronto skater who I don't actually know, but she answered my call out for future episodes, and I can't wait to learn more about her. Follow at @ohmyquad if you aren't already to see when episode 6 has been officially posted. Till then, weirdlings,